fascinated with corn because of its many uses. Not only is it delicious, but it's everywhere. Have you heard of corn syrup, corn starch, cornbread? Did you even know that ethanol, which powers cars, is from alcohol from the corn? But for a foodie like me and some of you, we just love to eat it. Corn is fascinating, and the anatomy is so eye-opening. We take a look at these tall stalks of corn, and in them hang these ears. Usually about 3 or 4 ears will grow on a stalk. But what I like is what happens. You see these silks? A lot of times when we buy fresh corn, we just tear it off without taking 1 second to even understand what it's all about. So this is what happens. As the corn stalk grows, tassels emerge on top, filled with pollen. Now the ear hangs from the stalk, and there's usually about 3 or 4 per stalk. When the silk strands come out, this is the female part of the plant. As the wind blows, the pollen falls, and if it's fortunate enough, the silk will catch some of the pollen. And then that's where the real action happens. Each of these strands is like a vein that transports the pollen all the way into the corn. And then if it is fertilized, a little corn kernel emerges. So yes, each of these silk strands represents a possible kernel. Well, if pollen doesn't fall on a specific one, I can follow it. You see that empty space? We've seen kernels missing, right? It wasn't pollinated. What do you think about that? Who knew this was so vital in the life of a corn? It's like this and everything that's great under the sun. Follow me and watch my series, Eden Makers, on Facebook and YouTube. See you next week.